And good morning. Today at the races, presented by Fidelity First. Glad you're with us. Happy Columbus Day, everybody, as we get you ready for Monday racing here at Laurel Park. Now for the rest of the year, we'll have live racing on Mondays. Will be one of the biggest tracks in the country going on Mondays. Happy Columbus Day to you. Did you hit that pick six yesterday for 10,000?
Did not. We got through the first three legs. Got our boy William Yates Jones to win at a good price, and Laura Lee Glasser got a miracle bob. Thought we were well on our way, and then,
Nice ride by Laura Lee
here
there.
comes Tony Ferry to ruin the party. And that was enough.
Tony Farrier had a big day yesterday. 2 wins yesterday for the Farrier barn, and jockey Forrest Boyce, she took the late daily double Dr. Mounty for the Hall of Famer Shug McGahee in yesterday's nice allowance feature of the day. And then Forrest won the last race for 6 tons of fun with Dale Capuano in the last yesterday to give one lucky better, one skillful better pick six payout of over $10,000. So if you had that, congratulations. I donated over the weekend to it. I was out the first leg Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I couldn't get through the first leg. I'm going back to the pick fives. I was doing well with the pick fives, and the carryover gets up in the pick six, so you start playing the pick six. But I need a little early pick five therapy today.
Go.
Whoever hit that pick six, congratulations.
Good,
and if you're here
job.
at Laurel Park today, maybe Keith and I will take that surf and turf special they have up in Tips and Tycoons.
That'll work. That'll work.
We gave you some winners yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got them through. Put some prices in there for them.
All right, so nice carryover today in the Super High Five, which will start in the second race, $4,885 carryover with that low 15% takeout in the Super High Five. That'll start in the second race today. Every race with 7 or more horses, so if they don't hit it in the second race, it'll carry over to whatever race we have 7 or more after that. So that'll start in the second race today. And I tell you what, we're now, 12 days away from Jim McKay's Maryland Million, the Maryland Stay at the Races, big day of the fall meet. It's free admission to the big day, the Jim McKay Maryland Million, Saturday, October 21st. Go to laurelpark.com for all your tickets and information. You can't miss the big day this fall.
It's just another day, another showcase day for Maryland racing. The facility, the product, everything we've got, we're going in the right direction. Come out here. Hopefully the weather's good, and we can have a great turnout for Maryland Million Day on the 21st of October, and a little golf tournament, I think, tomorrow.
Okay, are you playing?
I wish I could. I cannot make it, so there might be some spots left. So any golfers out there that want to partake, definitely check out, go online, go on the Maryland Million website, and check out all the details for the golf tournament.
Get a free hat, too, on Maryland
yeah.
Million Day. So pretty cool stuff there. Let's get right to it here. Track conditions today will be on a sloppy sealed track. No turf or off the turf today on a sloppy sealed track. How do you think the track will be playing today, Keith?
Well, we saw yesterday. Came back to being a nice, even dirt track. No real kind of bias whatsoever. So today, the sloppy track, the sealed track, we got to play a wait-and-see game. I liked how it came back to normalcy over the last couple days. This little rain, maybe a slight to the outside, but I think it's going to stay pretty fair.
Yeah, that Tony Farrier horse on the inside going a mile with pressure on the outside, led all the way. That horse, Toby's Girl.
Toby's Girl got a real nice ride there. Got away with soft opening fractions and then really took the pressure and responded nicely, Stan. Yeah, it was a good ride.
Well, let's get right to it here. Race 1, no Super High Five in the first, but race 1 will kick off the early pick 5, and I'm looking forward to the pick 5s today. I was getting my head beat in with these pick 6s, but good day to play the pick 5s. Industry low, 12% takeout on both the pick 5s. Mandatory payout on the early pick 5. That starts in race 1. Let's take a look here. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track, 25,000 starter allowance. Optional claiming 25,000. I go with the 6. This horse was entered main track only by Phil Schoenthal, so he gets his wish. Nice job reading the weather forecast there, Phil. Sazerac Girl is going to be my top pick. Carlos Quinones will ride a good third against Maryland Bred Allowance Company last out on the main track. This horse is 3 for 3 on an off track, a win second and a third, so that's pretty good. This is a drop, I think, also from that last Maryland Bred Allowance Company.
Certainly. She's kept pretty good form. Maybe tailed off slightly the last 2. Shortens up to 5.5. Would like a target to run at. She's going to get one in the likes of Dealer's Girl for Scott Lake. Really looks like the speed of the speed. Will she be able to carry it? I'm not so sure. I think Gray Vale is going to be close, stalking the pace. Stan, I'm going to go with the 8. Misty on point for Sagamore Farm and trainer Horacio DePaz. First time on the main track for this 3-year-old filly by Munnings, who's by Speightstown out of a hard spun mare. I think the off track is just going to be fine for Misty on point. I think Munnings are about 20% with the off-track horses. Second Dam at all. I looked a little bit further back.
Right.
Didn't mind the main track at all. 7-time winner on the dirt and did relish an off-track. So I'm going to go with Misty on point. I think she's going to make a good move from off the pace.
And if you like the Tomlinson numbers, gets a big number there, 426 on an off track. So I overlooked that runner. Caramanos aboard for DePaz. That horse, I guess, I overlooked. I guess if you're playing the early pick 5, you have to use that horse, even though never run on the main track. You have some good stats there with the breeding and with the Munnings on an off track, and certainly Caramanos with a big 4-win day Saturday. DePaz having a good fall. He's having a big year, so you have to use the 8 definitely in the early pick 5. Even though I don't have the horse on my top 4 there, I'll be using the 8 Misty on point there in the early pick 5. Let's talk about the entry. The 1A I use in my exacta. This horse also entered main track only by Claudio Gonzalez, one of your leading trainers here. Kevin Gomez will ride. This horse has a 1/3. The lone try on an off track was 3rd. Goes turf to dirt today. Last time on a main track, a decent 3rd against 25,000. 3 Life Company was claimed that day by Claudio. So second time here in the new barn. The barn's rolling right along. Gomez, one of the main riders here recently. So you like the other part of the
I
the
do.
entry.
He's hooking up well with Franklin Ceballos as well. Pretty much 50% for this with a nice positive ROI. La Nina claimed, freshened. They're going to hold sway. They're going to protect this horse. Not in for the tag. La Nina has beaten allowance types. Now, granted, that was off the turf last August. Freshened up. I think you got to definitely respect her first time off the claim. She's another one sitting mid-pack, maybe just a good stalking position. I think she's going to make a definite move into the field here. I like Nanina. I like the 8 Misty on point. One of these two to get you started. Sazerac Grower, just his last 2, I expected a little bit more punch out of her late. She didn't really get it. Now, last race, Hartz's horse kind of got away with things on the front end, was able to dictate it. Might get a little bit quicker pace up front with Dealer's Gift, but I'm going elsewhere with the 8 and the 1.
And we both like the 9 Gray Veil from the Dove Houghton barn. The barn certainly having a nice fall meet. 3 winners so far from 15 starters. This 3-year-old filly by E. Dubai, she galloped on a sloppy track at Pimlico to break her maiden last May. One last out on a main fast track in August. We haven't seen her since then, but get out of there. We know she likes an off track.
No, I like the improvement. A little freshening. This horse should be ready right back. I don't know if she's quite as good as the top 2 selections, but I definitely think she's going to be a factor from the outside.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. 3 pick 4s this afternoon. Let's take a look here at the early pick 4. Nice group of maiden special weight runners, 2-year-olds here going a flat mile. And this race kicks off that super high 5 carryover, $4,885 with the low 15% takeout. Super high 5 carryover starts here in the second race. Nice group of 2-year-olds here, and we have a video spotlight of the 5, Broad Surprise, a well-bred, Maryland-bred colt by Mineshaft here for trainer Mike Trombetta.
Yeah, number 4 this particular day. Scratched the other day to go here. Is going to try the luck going long in the second career start. Broad Surprise, maybe a little bit of a lunge there out of the break, then a steady. Cost this horse a little bit of a ground. We're going to watch this one more time in the Fitzhugh colors, the blue and the gold with the checks there. Yeah, just off a little awkwardly, and then a steady win pinch. But what I really like is the way this horse kind of picked it up from the top of the stretch. Thanks, guys. Highlighted on the extreme outside at about the 5 path, passing the 8th pole, and really levels off nicely. Cordmaker, who had a little trouble himself, is going to surge on by the leader. Start with yes, but watch Broad Surprise finish up. Watch him go out through the gallop out. Clearly up with the other runner. This horse is eager and wanted more ground. I watched this horse all the way out into the backstretch. Very difficult to pull up. Was very keen through the race. I think Broad Surprise scares me a little bit. 1 sprint going 6 furlongs to the 1-turn mile. But looking back, Trombetta's been okay over the last couple of years. 2 for 11 sprint to routes with 2-year-olds in the second career start. ROI over $6.
Well, the barn's having a big week.
Okay percentage. And we know the breeding.
Sure,
Mineshaft Hartigan, that family, we know they can go long.
And this colt scratched the other day going short, I believe, right?
Exactly.
To go to this race going long here. So, yeah, I remember the Hartigan mare by Include. You have to respect the breeding here. Forest Boyce gets aboard for Trombetta. Boyce having a big weekend. She won 2 yesterday. Trombetta won 2 on Saturday. So I respect all that. I used the 5 in my top 3. This is a nice group. The 2 Believe in Royalty. Believe in Royalty. 2-year-old by Tappet. Larry Jones likes to bring these Tappets down here to Maryland. The one yesterday ran a good second, I believe. And this horse ran a good debut against Maiden Special Weight, going a mile at Delaware. Now second start going a mile. They paid $900,000 for this guy as a yearling at Keeneland. So he's going to take a bunch of money. So the 2 and the 5 are going to take a bunch of money. I'm going to go with the first-time starter. We'll get a nice price here on this Peter Angelo's homebred by Curlin out of the Stormcat mare, Lexington Girl. So this guy's a half to Lexington Street, who was a runner, one going long. Some nice series of works here for this Gary Capuano first-time starter. You see a couple 5 furlong works, gets Lasix and debut. Jomar Torres rides a well-bred first-time starter who will get a price on him this day. And if he runs like he's bred, might be the last day we get a price on him.
Yeah, half the Lexington Pearl, 4 for 4 on and off track. And Gary Cap, you look at that stat, maybe a little deceiving. First-time starters, 8% over the last year or two. Okay, go back over his career. He's 27% with 2-year-old firsters in the maiden special weight condition. Okay, you got to give a little respect. The breeding is right there. This horse could be any kind. So it could maybe even the 3-horse, right?
Sure.
Real factor for Cal Lynch. Look at the factor out of an AP Indy mare. 3-year-old half assist by Bodemeister. I think one going long at the age of 2. Some really well-bred horses in race 2. Wouldn't you have step up? Here's $900,000. I'm going to go buy a horse.
And then you look at the work tab on the 2. Yeah, it's a nice group. You look at the work tab there on the 3. Real factor. He'll be fit going a mile in debut. Has been working all summer long. Had a mile and an 1/8 work this past July, and then I guess took a little time after that. But you see a 3/4 work late August, a bullet work here, another 3/4 work here in September. So the real factor's been working a lot, and some nice works here for Cal Lynch, who brings his horses over well prepared. Lasix in debut, Toledo ride. So I like that runner. Who do I leave out? The 4, the other Cal Lynch runner in here, Supervision by Super Saver. They're trying to figure this colt out. Now they put the blinkers on today.
Yeah, the blinkers going. I might have should have had the 3 in there. The real factor for Cal Lynch, the firster. So yeah, Believe in Royalty. Did go back watch the first race. Was found a little bit wide, and that winner Hidden Funds came back to run right behind the Bob Reed horse Smooth B last week in the allowance in the other than going the mile for the 2-year-olds, and ran a good number of 63. So that kind of number would probably get it done. Yeah, shorter field. They're going to come in the super high 5 carryover in race 2. Don't miss out. 4,800. It will be pounded with these 2 horses that are low in the morning line. They like to jump in. The bigger players that want to go for this. It's going to be a nice little pull in race 2.
All right, take a look here at the 3rd race. We're going a flat mile on the main track here for the 3rd. Maiden claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up, and I go with the 6 on top here. Beyond Forever from the Robbie Bales barn. Horacio Caramanos rides this 4-year-old filly. A good second last time she was on an off track. That was at Pimlico this past May. A good second against Maiden 10 going long. So she's not a standout by any means, but Caramano's having a big weekend. Caramano's having a big weekend, and I think this horse has 2 seconds on an off track. This looks the best here against this group.
Yeah, I think 3rd time off the layoff. It's a pretty good stat for Robbie Bell. Smaller sample, though, the last couple of years, 2 for 8, 5 for 8 in the money with a positive ROI, right around $2.60. Beyond Forever, a little bit of a hang back at Pimlico and Laurel in May and June. I think has enough tactical speed and left punch maybe to make a move, get the lead head of the stretch, and just Caramanos carry this 4-year-old filly home from there.
All right, so we're both on the 6 and the 15. The 15 draws in off the AE. Love in Excess for trainer Kelly Dieter. Daniel Centeno having a big weekend as well. This horse an okay 3rd on a good track 2 starts ago, good second 3 starts ago here at Laurel, going a mile against Maiden 25,000 company. So this horse finds a nice spot today. I know over 13 4-year-old Maiden, but get Centeno to ride today. That's a positive rider change, I believe, here for a horse taking a drop in class today.
By Cuba. What, won Maryland Million?
Yeah, Maryland Million Classic, yeah.
Going back. The last 2 dirt numbers are fine. It works. You're going to have a shorter price than the 10-1 morning line, no doubt, due to all of these scratches in race number 3. Race number 3, take out the 2, the 3, the 5, the 9, 11, 13, 14, and 16. I think Dorothy from Dublin's okay too. Her last try on the dirt wasn't bad back on July 23rd when caught wide every step of the way.
And we both like the one. Nancy R. Katie Davis aboard for trainer Dorothy Wharton. A good, decent effort. Last out on the turf was third at Timonium 2 starts ago. A good second in the mud 3 starts ago here at Laurel Park against Maiden 10. Now stretching out long on the dirt here. Katie Davis having a good weekend.
Yeah, I just like the fact that how she's improving. It looks like she's hitting her best stride right now. It looked like she was home on the turf, just got run down late, got a little bit of the staggers, but moving in the right direction for Wasabi Ventures.
They're doing well,
doing well.
Wasabi and Dorothy Wharton. You're doing well. I like how you just throw the 4 so innocent. I don't blame you. Beaten favored the last 2 starts. Heavy beaten favored, 4-5 and then 3-5. And it's going to take a bunch of money again today.
Yeah, going to take money. I'm going to pass at that short price.
I don't blame you. Let's take a look here at the 4th race. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track to kick off the middle pick 4 here in race 4, claiming 10,000 filly mares, never won 2 lifetime. And I go with the 4 here, #selfie from the Claudio Gonzalez barn. This is a dropping class for this 3-year-old filly. Torres will ride. He's been aboard the past couple starts. They're going turf to dirt. The barn's 30% with that move. So this is a well-meant entry here for a barn that likes to win a bunch of races. You go against the filly altogether.
Yeah, jamming down, has some speed. Seems better suited to me, kind of maybe on the front end going longer. There's not a ton of quality speed in here, but I think she's going to have a little bit of speed to deal with. Perfect deal, maybe even Jack's. The inside horse, Honor and Blessing, could go ahead and get sent, soften it up. Bun also has speed, obviously, for the outside with Jorge Navarro. Best race was on a muddy track 2 races ago. An excuse last time when bobbling to break. Navarro's come in here. I think he's 0 for 3 with a couple thirds.
Yep.
Major excuse on the horse yesterday. The favorite stumbled out of the gate, lost any chance. But I think Bun will sit perched just off the leaders and go by around the turn. Maybe to pick up the pieces. The 5, Durango Girl. Linda Albert blew up the tote with Crooked. A $60 mutual?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
The other day.
Yeah.
Crooked got a nice setup. I think Durango Girl might get the right kind of setup. Back to the right level. We'll close in off the pace, maybe to run second or third.
It's a wide open affair here. Yeah, Navarro, and he's 0 for 3. He's 0 for 3 with 4 to 5 even money shots.
Well, he's going to get pounded. Everything he runs gets bet.
Right, still trying to win his first here for the fall meet. We both like the 9 on the outside. Marjorie Muggs will be coming with a late rally for Sammy Davis and Xavier Perez. So race 4 is going to kick off the middle pick 4. Let's get a commercial break. Race 5 is going to start the 20-cent Rainbow pick 6 today. No carryover today. They hit it for 10,000 yesterday. Congratulations, whoever hit it. Hope you can come out and enjoy Columbus Day racing with us today at Laurel Park. So the pick 6, that starts in race 5. The late pick 5, that starts in the 6th race. We'll start with all that right after this. Welcome back. Today at the races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, Keith Fusel, getting you ready for Columbus Day racing here today, and we'll be racing every Monday the rest of the year, so hope you can join us for live racing on Mondays. We'll be the big game in town. Hopefully we'll have some big handles in those polls. Let's take a look here at We're going to take a look at the 5th race to kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. They hit it yesterday for a little over 10,000, so no carryover today. But a good day to still jump on in there. If you're the only ticket, you'll take it down for about 2,500, 3,000. So Pick 6 starts in the 5th race. Let's take a look. We're going a flat mile on the main track, claiming 16,000 for 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. And I go to the 9. Ice-T was entered main track only, and, well, trainer Jonathan Maldonado gets his wish. This horse galloped at Timonium 2 starts ago in the slop. A good third against Open 15,000 company in the slop here at Laurel 3 starts ago. So I like this 3-year-old's a 5-time winner. So Jonathan Maldonado taking advantage of the dual condition, the condition for 3-year-olds or older, never won 3. So this horse will be a short price favorite. I'm not going to try to beat him. Pimentel having a big weekend.
Going to be awfully short. Karen did a nice job, well managed off the claim, off of Donna White. A couple good wins, back-to-back wins for Jones Ventures. Those guys teaming up Old Connors baseball coach, if I'm not mistaken. Old C.J. Jones getting some wins.
Nice.
So that's good. He's got some skin in the game. But, yeah, this horse is going to have to hold form. If it does, he's a winner. He goes to the front. There's not a ton of speed. I think he should be able to control it. Claiming for 10, bumping up. I guess he's still going to be holding good form for Maldonado off the claim. I do like C.B. Bodemeister. You're going to use the horse in there as well, number 3 for Wayne Potts. Actually ran a little bit better on the turf than I thought he would.
Right.
He's run okay over the surface. I think he's all right. I just don't know if he's going to get the right kind of setup. Ice-T looks like it's kind of his race to lose on the front end. He's just got to get away cleanly.
Bourbon Commander won when they took the race off the turf at Pimlico this past May. Won on a muddy seal track to break the maiden against maiden 16. Has been running on the turf since then. The Gaudette barn trying to heat up here this fall. Steve Hamilton will ride. Bourbon Commander coming off the turf on this horse entered main track only, and the horse now 2 for 2, a second and a win on an off track.
Yeah, like I say, it's 9's going to be awfully short. Just try to complete the exact.
Yorkie, the other Gaudette runner in there, going turf to dirt. One lone try on an off track, no good. It could be if they beat the 9 in there, the early pick 5 could pay anything.
Yeah, and right. And you get the pick 6 started. It's once again we're talking one of these races where a lot of people are going to single the 9. We talked about it the other day. Maybe you want to go one other race. It was the race with Catane.
Yep.
When Catane got beat. So a similar situation here in race 5.
Early pick 5 payouts have been awfully nice recently. Let's take a look here at the 6th race to kick off that late pick 5. No carryover in the pick 5 today, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout. That's more money back to you, the better with that industry low 12% takeout on the late pick 5. Both pick 5s here at Laurel Park have the low 12% takeout. So we're going 6 furlongs on the main track for the 6th race, claiming $5,000 for 3-year-old fillies or older. Filly mares never won 3, and I go to the 7 here. Claudio Gonzalez with a couple runners in here. He's going to have the favorite in here somewhere, right? We have a ticket. Okay, let's take a look here, and we'll get to my top pick. Let's take a look at your late pick 5 ticket,
Late pick
Keith.
5. Okay, let's get it started. 3D to get you going. We're going to use a Jerry Robb entry of Scarlett's Ransom and mini donation. Also going to use Lead Us to the Bar, the 2 and the 4. Heaven's Door is my price user in race number 6 to get you started in the pick 5. Race 7, 2 deep. With the 1, here's Paco, and the 6, Tis from Boston for Schoenthal. Race 8. Here's where it gets right on the line, right on the chopping block stand. We're going to single the King with Adversary. I think he's going to get a great setup and rolls home late. Race 9, the 1 and the 6. And race 10, spreading, wide open affair. We're going to go with the 1, 2, 6, 7, 11, 5 deep there in the last. Nice little sequence. I think we get through the first 2. If you want to adjust, play a late pick 3, do that and add another horse into race 8. But I think Adversary, you're going to get a square price, and I think he's going to love the setup up front.
Beautiful thing about the 10 race cards, you can play the early pick 5, hit that, and then parlay it to the late pick 5 that starts in race 6. So Claudio only with 1 horse in this race.
Okay.
I got my races mixed up, but I'm going right back to the 7, Ken O'Hara. I think we'll get a decent price. I think the 4-year-old filly just maybe bounced at last race facing Nickel 3 Life Company for the first time. The filly was on a roll. She broke her maiden going a half mile at Timonium, won against Nickel 2 Life at Timonium going 6.5 furlongs. And I know a little tougher here at Laurel Park for sure, but I think Ken O'Hara just bounced a little bit last time. Gets a good outside post again today with Torres aboard for a barn. That's clicking along here this fall. Meet 26% winners for Claudio Gonzalez. So I think Ken O'Hara bounces back to a sharp effort today. We'll see if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, maybe a little bit high on the morning line with her. I kind of gave up on her off of that race, and also the fact that she's going to have to deal with Scarlett's Ransom. Scarlett's Ransom, I believe it is still in here, and she's awfully quick in her own right for trainer Jerry Robb. I think the road's going to go through her on the front end. Lasix coming off of the 1, Scarlett's Ransom. Price shot, the 4. Heaven's Door is going to be my user. I like this horse turning back in distance. 2 sneaky good races, the 2-back try at Timonium, and last time a decent little middle move against the grain of the racetrack. Summer Something was a horse that's reeled off a couple wins, if I'm not mistaken, Kieran, and maybe Schoenthal, if I'm not mistaken. So Heaven's Door, okay, and likes a wet track. Look at that wet track record. 2 wins out of 4 starts with a 3rd. Heaven's Door, I think you'll still get between 5 and 6 to 1. On number 4. I think the 2 Lead Us to the Bar is going to be awfully tough, too, for Kieran. Jam job in last. Almost got it done after trouble beginning. should be tough right back.
Well, we're both doing a little price shopping here in the 6th race. You'll get a nice price there with the 4 Heaven's Door. Does have a couple nice wins on an off track. The favorite, the 2, Lead Us to the Bar, maybe might get compromised with that inside post. Centron probably going to have to go from the get-go, breaking from the inside with Lead Us to the Bar is going to be one of your favorites from the McGee barn.
Yeah, she doesn't have the speed as you know, the entry or even Kinahara early, it looks like. I think she's best served like ridden the way she was last time. Maybe, you know, she was forced to do that, maybe with an awkward beginning. But I think even today, take back, sit, maybe a little circling move would work for the 2.
All right, you like the plain one. I'll go with the 1A, Mini Donation, taking a drop in class for Jerry Rob's. Been right there the last couple races against 10,000, 3 Life Company. Now takes a nice drop here. 0 for 8 at Laurel Park, but has been in the money 4 times. Xavier Perez aboard the 1A Mini Donation. So the Rob entry figures to be right there in this race.
They do.
All right, turn the page here. Race 7's a nice maiden, claiming 40,000 for 2-year-olds, going a flat mile on the main track here. And I go with the Trombetta 2-year-old by Hat Trick. Number 1, here's Paco. Julian Pimentel will ride, and I think this 2-year-old gelding just going to be the fittest of the group. A good second last out, going long, a mile and a 16th on the synthetic up there at Presque Isle. Really hasn't run a bad race. The race there in the middle, the beaten favorite, was had an excuse. You got first-time Lasix and first-time blinkers in that third start most recently. So I think this 2-year-old going in the right direction is going to be dead fit here, going a mile on the main track, where I think you're going to have some other horses getting tired going a mile on a main sloppy track.
Yeah, it should be well spotted. Looks well spotted in here by Hat Trick. Looking back at the breeding, had a couple of siblings that handled the route of ground and really liked it off track. So looks like all systems should be go for the 1. Here's Paco, second time Lasix, half to quick and easy. He was 4 for 12 on an off track, and I think another sibling made 180,000. But it's like a 10-time winner. So families there, proven route breeding, proven off track breeding for the 1. Here's Paco. Price user, maybe the 6, Tis from Boston for Phil Schoenthal. I like this horse a little bit first time out at a big price. We're going to drop down maiden special weight now in for the tag. That's always a good move for Schoenthal. It's at about 30% clip. Blinkers go on. I have to Boys from Boston who won going long, I believe at 2. Right. I see some major improvement for the 6 in this race. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he's up close to the lead and carries this field a long way.
Comes out of that tough cord maker race, and we'll see how Broad Surprise does earlier in the card, so that'll give you some more information about Tiz from Boston. Gets blinkers on, so I like that runner. I use that horse in my top 4. We both like the 10, Fun Prospect from the Grand Motion barn. This horse didn't run very well last out, going long on the turf at Belmont. Not sure what happened there. Well, 32-1 there, but a decent third 2 starts ago, going long on the turf at Saratoga against New York bred maiden special weight company. Again, this horse has 2 route races going long. Yeah, they were on the turf. The debut in the slop didn't go very well at Belmont, but you can give the horse an excuse there. That was the debut. Should be dead fit here, going a mile on the main track with Fergal Lynch aboard.
Yeah, blinkers go on for the dirt. First blinks dirt, I should say. Had the blinkers on the turf. This is going to be the first try on the dirt with blinkers. Yeah, the 9 I'm also going to use preferred sold at. I think this horse has run okay. Kept willingly to the wire in the first 2 starts, against the grain a little bit in both. I think this horse is okay stretching out. Going to have to improve, though, to get past the top 2 selections.
And I'm not giving up on the Kelly Rubley horse yet. The 4 Platinum Pound was entered main track only. It's a nice, well-bred 2-year-old by Not for Love. The debut, the horse didn't break very well, going 7.5 on the turf against maiden special weight at Delaware. Then had almost 2 months off and came back with first-time blinkers, going a mile on the main track, and had a little traffic around the far turn and just packed it in. So now we take a drop from the maiden special weight to maiden 40. Sloppy track. Toledo, good rider, gets aboard. I think the 4 Platinum Pound could run a better race here. Rubley having a nice meet here.
Yeah, the horse should sneak away to pretty good prices. What she wanted the main track, she's going to get it with that horse.
All right, let's take a look here at race 8. You like a horse in here on your late pick 5. This is your key horse, right?
This is my key.
Key horse, race 8. Nice first level allowance contest going. 6 furlongs on the main track, and I like a nice price in here as well. But let's take a look at your top pick as well. Adversary, your key horse on the late pick 5. First off the claim for the Hall of Famer, King T. Leatherberry.
Yeah, this race screams for a closer, somebody to come rolling. Maybe if the hardest of the way can get away cleanly and go ahead and clear and dictate possibly. Worley doesn't seem like he wants to really kind of follow through. He'll make a move into the pace.
Yeah.
I think I want that last rush. I think the 1 is the horse to do it. Adversary for King Leatherberry, reaching to claim this horse off a good effort in really sharp form on the turf. Now transitions back to the dirt. The 2-back try against Vim. Vim just kind of walked the dog at Timonium, got the lead and just kept on going. But we've seen Iredell come back to run well. The 3-back race was even better than what it looks. I think this horse is going to really relish the setup in race number 8. Sits back with Stevie in circles.
Comes out of a sharp turf sprint that was won by Where's Dominic. Where's Dominic came right back to win, so that horse ran a good third there on the turf, 1 for 1 on an off track. I don't use the 1 at all, but good luck. That's your key horse on the late pick 5 ticket. I have a 12-to-1 shot here on top. Phil Schoenthal has 2 horses in the race. I kind of go against the 4 the hardest way. Ran a clunker last out at 2-to-5 up there at Parks, but they take the blinkers off today. Second start in the new barn. That race was on the turf last out. Gets back to a surface here that this horse has won on the 4 the hardest way. So the 4 is going to be one of the favorites.
Yeah.
I like the other Schoenthal runner. I'll take a shot here with the 8, Discreet Heat, who had a nice win on a sloppy sealed track as a 2-year-old last September here at Laurel Park against Maiden Special Weight for another barn. Then came off a long layoff last out in a turf sprint against Allowance Company. Showed a little speed that day and then got tired. Now second start in the new barn, gets to the main track on a sloppy track. This horse has won on a sloppy track. Quinona's been riding winners for Schoenthal recently. So I'll take a shot here with the 8, Discreet Heat, the better price runner from the Schoenthal barn.
I agree with you. Higher price Schoenthal. Good thought there. I mean, a good number at 2 too.
Yeah.
67 on the dirt and a sloppy sealed surface as a 2-year-old. Doesn't have to improve much. I think, that might have just been a little tightener last time on the turf course.
Sure. Yeah.
Showing that kind of speed. I think you'll see this horse kind of sit just off of it. Doesn't want to get engaged in a duel with all this other speed. You got Smile for Eternity, Best Kind of Trouble, Hardest Way, Worley. They're all going to be fairly forwardly placed. Should be forwardly placed. I think it sets it up maybe for the 8, maybe the 1. I didn't use the 3 buck well spent for Potts, but I will be using that horse underneath probably in the exactas and tries.
It's a nice dirt sprint here for Allowance Company. The 2, Worley, it's been a heartbreaker. Beaten favored last time, but comes out of a tough race at Timonium. Mr. Benz would come right back to win. Worley 2 for 16 here at Laurel Park, but has been in the money 10 out of 16 times. Just been a heartbreaker, but they keep him at this allowance level. Fergal Lynch will ride. Kenny Cox had a nice win a couple days ago. Got the first win of the fall meet, so the barn going in the right direction. Worley's broken your heart too many times, it looks like.
Well, I mean, I'll use him, like I say, underneath. If all things kind of break clean out of the gate, which they never do, but if they do, I think he kind of hooks up with the other Schoenthal horses, the speed and the hardest way, and I think they kind of put each other into the ground a little bit and sets it up for a closer. That's just the way I see it.
All right, Cowboy. Steve Hamilton had a nice long shot winner for Boucher a couple days ago. He's having a good weekend. Let's turn the page here. Race 9 is going to be the feature of the day. A nice 2 other than upper level allowance, optional claiming 25,000, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. And I'm going to go with my best bet here. When things are going well, they're going well. And trainer Bill Comlow having a nice meet. 10 starters, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And they won the first level allowance condition with this filly 2 starts ago when the race came off the turf. Nice win that day by If I Was a Boy. And a decent third last out on a fast track against 2 other than Allowance Company. Comlow did a nice job entering this filly here in a race that he was probably looking at the weather forecast saying this 2 other than might come off the turf again, just like that A other than did. So he gets his wish. I think the 1, If I Was a Boy, an absolute standout. 0 for 2 on an off track, but was a good third 2 starts ago in the mud against first level Allowance Company, third behind Tickled Pink. I think just a standout here in the race. My best bet today, the 1, If I Was a Boy.
I was a little shocked she didn't go off favorite 2 races back. Somebody else was bet slightly a little bit more than her in that race. She runs her normal race. She's right into the mix here, and probably the 1 to beat. Lemon Lover gets what she wants, was entered main track only for Maldonado. Another one, a good effort at Charlestown. She's tactical enough, will be kind of right up near the lead. There's not a ton of speed in here whatsoever. I'll take a stranger, a new face with the 6 Mile End. Shows 4 starts on a wet track, 2 wins and a second, a 75 buyer. 75 buyer wins this race, no doubt about it. Claimed a few races back off a Chrysler, usually a guy you don't really go in and do great off of. This horse is flourishing right now. I know maybe some inflated numbers over the Presque Isle surface.
Right.
I think this horse is in that kind of good form. I think she's going to be able to transfer it back to Laurel over maybe a track that might not be super sloppy by the time we get to this race. If this rain stays away and this wind kind of keeps up, this breeze keeps up. But I think Malin is in really, really good form right now. Give her a slight edge.
And the Bud Girl, Cassie Berg,
Yep.
she's been aboard for those last 2 wins at Presque Isle. She comes down here to ride. So I use the 6 in my top 3. I throw the 8 in the exacta. We both like the 8. Lemon Lover entered main track only here from Maldonado. Centron's going to get a beautiful trip stalking on this 4-year-old daughter, Lemon Drop Kid, a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park. Lemon Lover is going to get a beautiful trip on the outside today. Going to be tough to beat.
No doubt.
Even though I love the one if I was a boy here. So nice 2 other than allowance feature of the day to kick off the late daily double. One more. Let's take a look here. 2-year-olds up for the 10th race, going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming $16,000 for the 2-year-olds, and I go to the outside here. A little bit of a price. Is kind of a suspect group, so I'm going to go price shopping in here. Okay, you do the same thing.
Yep.
6-1 there on your top pick. The 7-hour turn. I'll go with the 9. Change is coming 8-1 here for Charlie Frock. 2-year-old colt by Frisian Fire. Woke up last time at Timonium in the slop. A good second there against Maiden 16. This race a little tougher, but we know the horse likes an off track. It's a nice outside post today with Kevin Gomez, so I'm going to go with the Frockster here. Change is coming in the finale.
Okay, I'll take the 7-hour turn. Broke from the rail in a sloppy sealed surface at Timonium. Just really wasn't quite handling the track. Looked a little green early.
That's tough to do inside
in
going
leaving the chute, and I'm just going to throw an X for that. Claim by Kieran was bet down to 2-1 with some bullet works into that. Maybe they heard something. I don't know. They took the shot. They're going to reach in. I'll take them off the claim. We've got a video of the 1A. I've got a plan. I think this horse, just kind of maintains form and runs like she did at Timonium, or he did at Timonium. He's going to be fine. This horse got in a little bit of trouble early going into the first turn. Kind of had to steady slightly into the first turn, and we're going to watch this horse too. Also angle in, and right there had to steady off heels. Kind of shifted out a little bit, and this horse ends up kind of dropping down towards the fence, leaving the far turn, leaving the quarter pole. Has a little bit of a tight quarter to go through past the 3/16, but it's going to hang in there pretty game along the inside. Gorsuch is gone on the front end, who draws off to win by 6 1/4. But I like the way I've Got a Plan continued on very willingly along the inside. Really wasn't the greatest place for closers at Timonium. I've Got a Plan clearly second best. The Lasix goes on. A little love for Donna Lockhart. How about that?
Donna Lockhart with
we got William Yates Jones home. Let's get Donna Lockhart home in the last.
Yes, I think they're both live. I like I like the 1A. I've Got a Plan. The other part of the entry is going to have to break from the inside. 2-year-old by Scipion. Laura Lee Glazier will give you a good ride, though. You know that on the 1 for the greater good. So nice maiden 16 for 2-year-olds here in the finale. Who else? The 11 on the outside. The Love Doctor for Gary Capuano. Gary Capuano, very dangerous with maidens making their second start. 28% recently maidens in their second start.
Another one. Drew the rail in debut. Didn't run a step. Was out of a family. A lot of first-time starters that lose that. A lot of debut winners, I should say, that mare has produced. So I'll give one more shot at a price. Screaming for a little bit of value in race 10.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. We're off the turf today, but still some nice wagering opportunities. Look for some mutters. We're on a sloppy sealed track. 10 live races for you. We'll have a nice carryover starting in race 2 with that super high 5, a little shy of 5,000 in the carryover. Very playable 7-horse field in the second race for that super high 5. Tim Tulloch, he'll be up with me this afternoon. Best of luck today.
Thank you. And they will hammer that super high 5 in race 2, no doubt.
All right, Dave Robbins coming up next with all of today's scratchers and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.